down to the office to leave her name and number, and she wanted to get some information about a autistic grandchild going to school. And I checked in with the office, so I'm not sure if she called and if you called in or not, but we were looking for your number so that we could get a few more details before we went on the search. So that young lady, if you're still interested, unless you found something on your own, don't hesitate to call us at Welfare Rights. 313 is our number. We're down at Central United Methodist Church. And call us at 964-0618, 964-0618. So, Marion, why don't you say something about where we were Tuesday? Well, not Tuesday, but Wednesday.
We're going to tell you about it. We'll have to tell you about that.
Tuesday and Wednesday, and we came back Thursday morning.
Well, Maureen and I set out to join a couple of other members to present the situation here in not only in Detroit but throughout the state of Michigan in relationship to the what's happening with the water. And our plane was supposed to leave that evening from the airport, and before I could get in there good, a young lady approached me and said, "Ma'am, where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to New York." She said, "Well,
maybe not."
I hate to tell you, but all flights to New York have been canceled. I said, "What?" She said, "All flights have been canceled." I said, "Why?" She said, "Because it's a terrible storm that is going on there." And here, so I stood in line waiting on Maureen to get there, and I'm trying to wave at her and tell her to come on. And I dropped it on Maureen, and she said, "What? What? Well, maybe we can get another flight." She said, "I doubt it, but you can try." We walked through the place, tried to see about another flight, but they wanted to double the amount of money that we had already paid.
Well, tell them what was happening in New York.
If you were looking at the news on that particular day, you understood what was going on. New York, the whole East Coast was being flooded. They said that the rain didn't last that long, but the time that it was raining, it was so much of it that, people, the streets were all flooded, cars were flooded, and what have you. And we couldn't get there. So we had to stay out at the airport. Mind you, in situations like that, the airline don't pay for your convenience at the airport. In other words, something to eat. In other words, somewhere for you to stay the night.
Because we live in Detroit. We live in Michigan. That's why they didn't know. I called and asked.
Look, that's a tale, because they done told me. I told you I've been on that this is my fourth time, look like third time that happened to me. And what happened is they said no airlines at this particular time, if there is a weather situation like what we came into, do they pay any more, no airline, for you to be able to stay at a hotel?
Well, now, you didn't tell them about that other part. We did call and checking Delta, checking United, and every place else, and the lady offered us a discount, remember, on the Delta flight. And the discount was $540 each. To fly an hour away, so they wanted $1,080. Say, well, no, that's not going to work. So Mary suggested that since they had rebooked us on a 6 a.m. flight, and thinking, man, we ain't trying to go all the way back home, and they'd struggle with that traffic in the morning. She had a really good idea. Well, let's just stay out here at the airport at one of these hotels. And that's what we did. We had to jump up in the morning, and they had good breakfast at that little place.
Oh, my goodness.
And eat a little bit, and then our flight left at 6, and the pilot said it's going to take an hour and 10 minutes for us to get to New York.
But that flight was crowded.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody that got bumped. the night before, the day before, but we called some of everybody. And at that time, it was about 1 o'clock, 1:30. We were at the airport on
We were calling
Tuesday.
people in New York.
And we called people everywhere, and they were telling us it's just buckets. And by the time we got a chance to get to a television set, then we understood 2 feet of water.
And we were
all
glad.
everywhere. Yeah, we
We're
was
glad that we were not there.
Thunderstorms, the 2 tornado sightings, and all of that. So we finally got there, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and we had to
It
fool
was
around
nighttime when
with
we...
super shuttle and everything. So what
Tell
happened?
them, Maureen, when we got up that morning, it was still nighttime.
It was still stars in the sky. It was nighttime, because we had to get up and leave at 4 so we could be down the street by 4:15, 4:20, and be at the airport in enough time, because we were afraid, knowing that people were going to be bumped. Maybe they'll bump us again. If they had bumped us again, we wouldn't have been able to do this.
So we finally got to New York.
Wednesday morning.
And,
Now, if the hotel that we were going to stay at,
that place.
it's now, the reservation is not canceled, because everything is a mess.
Tell them what you had to go through.
Well, I had to go through some of everything. You know, we had to
reschedule.
had to reschedule the super shuttle to take us from the airport to where we were going to try to go. And they wouldn't take us to the second night at the hotel we were going to stay. So we had to get this super shuttle and take it over to a place called the Westgate Hotel. And we had some of our colleagues, the people that, one of the folks that invited us was there. And we get there, and we find out, what is it, $500 a night plus taxes. A hotel room, $580. I swear that room wasn't too much bigger than this round table.
That's right.
And no water in the sink.
And one of the room,
no
water in the sink that our colleague, Sister Mary, was in. She found out the hard way. She went in to brush her teeth.
Uh-oh. You ready to put your hand up under the water, and you turning it, and nothing came out. Because you had to wash your face, brush your teeth, and everything else in the bathtub. So that's how that had to go. $500 and some odd dollars a night. So after 2 days, $1,000+ and there's no water. We didn't know on that first day what had happened, and then by the time we got there Wednesday, that was the case. So our invitation was to make a presentation to the United Nations and through some of these religious groupings. And so we went there, and we got there in time, but oh my goodness, it was a battle to get to this place. So we made the presentation, and we stayed with them all day, and Lord have mercy, these are some walking people that live in New York. Boy, they're walking people. I was trying to tell them, we from Detroit. We take the bus from the front porch to the garbage can. And then we drive from the garbage can to the mailbox and back. We don't do all this walking. Boy, after a while, Marianne is walking slow with her cane. Sister Mary Ellen is, Lila's dragging her left foot. And I thought, oh, Lord. So we had to go and get passes to get in the United Nations. Then we had to go back to the place. Presentation, I think, was pretty outstanding.
Yes, it was.
And it was an excellent panel. And as soon as we can get the videos and the tapes and everything, we'll try to let folks know how that went. Then we go and get that pizza. And I was wondering about the pizza, Mary, because they already said we're going to go get some spaghetti. Then I sit down and I look up, and here comes some pizza. So, we were hungry by then, and we ended up going to the place to get spaghetti, and it was delicious. And it just came a time that it was time for us to leave, and we got in the transportation and went back to the airport so we wouldn't have to fight that traffic, because traffic in Manhattan, Lord have mercy, Jesus, you can't go 2 blocks without a wait. So we were able to do it. We got our plane back, and very, very happy to be back, truly. Caller, be right with you.
As we are sitting down to drink some coffee and a little breakfast before we got on the plane, we looked at the news, and in downtown Manhattan, a steam pipe had burst. And oh my God, they could not figure out if any of the people living around there were injured because they couldn't get to them at the time.
I mean, it looked like a fire. It was so much steam.
It was
and you had to
something. We
reroute
were so
everything.
glad to
Be away from that.
get out of there. And we was worried about our friends, but apparently they're okay.
I wasn't worried about them. It was every man for himself after that. And, you know,
I
we
tell
going
you.
to the airport. We going home, you know. Caller, you're on the air. You've been so patient. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the air. Yes, it's you. You're on the air. Go ahead. Ma'am, are you there?
Turn the TV down.
Caller, you're on the air. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Hello?
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 Hello? We hear you. You're on the air. We hear you.
Just turn your TV down and begin to talk.
Caller, you there? All right, Mr. Engineer, we got something going on here.
I can hear you.
Good, and we can hear you.
Clearly.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, so, yes, you left me at the spaghetti. I was very interested in the spaghetti.
Oh, okay. You want us to tell you about this spaghetti dinner? It was spaghetti and meatballs. It was absolutely drop dead delicious. They
Not
brought
small
a
meatballs.
Oh no, great big, looked like a baseball. Those meatballs were so big. It was delicious, and we had a green tossed salad with shaved carrots on the top, and they brought some Italian rolls, and we requested additional butter. And that's all we was doing, was breaking open that bread and spreading that butter on it. And oh, Lord have mercy, it was
oil.
delicious.
It was
It
good.
was delicious, and we needed it because we had been walking and walking and walking all day. So it was terrific.
But let us tell you that the meeting was quite good because there was quite a few people from NCOs. If you have never heard of what an what an NGO is, that's a national government organization. It's usually 501c3s. Non-government. 501c3s fighting for their particular interests that they have come together on. But at the same time, we had Sisters of Mercy.
Yes.
We had some of the priests there. We had some young people working for those Sisters of Mercy and
Greek Orthodox couple of folks. Yeah, a lot of people from
quite a
United
few
Nations.
people. It was really good, folks that worked in the UN, and it was interesting because they really wanted to know, in particular, what has happened since the visit from the UN, and what can they do.
So it was good. It was a lot of information shared. Boy, that young lady from Belgium at the end, boy, it's some water warriors out here. And we met a young woman, right now her name escapes me. First time we met her, and she's from Belgium, and she's a law student, and she speaks 6 languages.
Yes.
And she's all over the world asking and talking and fighting about this lack of access to water. And she was just powerful. But the whole event, you know, just hell on wheels to get to it. But by the time we got there and spent several hours there, I think it turned out really, really well.
Oh, well, that sounds wonderful.
All right, caller, thank you for checking in with us. Go ahead.
Well, here's what I was going to call about was I'm getting an echo. Is there any way to cut that out?
We'll ask the engineer and see if there's a way to cut down on the echo. And he hears this, and he'll figure it out for us, okay?
Okay,
And
good.
thank you so much.
What I called about was this Supreme Court decision that was rendered against public employees. You know, just here at Detroit this last weekend, we had the National Association of Letter Carriers, a very famous old postal workers union. And we are among the people that are affected, along with the teachers' unions, which I think was the main focus of the attack by the Supreme Court, was the recent wave of teachers' union strikes, and this is one of the ways to really undermine that whole new wave of effort and pushback.
And caller, you're specifically You're specifically talking about the Supreme Court's decision relative to whether or not dues can be taken from folks and still be represented.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
how that's
decision
a
that shows
absolutely...
the Janus decision. It was Janus
Yeah.
versus the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees.
AFSCME, yeah. Yeah, that's a flat-out attack against organized labor, flat out,
Yeah.
and they're not hiding it.
Yeah, it's already affecting decreasing number of teachers already. This thing is even worse because this said that you still have to keep representing. They don't have to pay.
Okay, caller, we're going to make a few adjustments, too. Get our engineer to come out here because your voice is going in and out. But, Marion, let's just, caller, don't hang up yet.
Right.
This is a flat-out attack against organized labor. And and I'm sure you have, too. We've been seeing this coming for quite some time now. And what we've got, hold on a second. My engineer said you need to get a more expensive telephone at your house, because see, the one you got is not working so good. So all right, we'll get through this. But we've seen this and we've heard this coming for quite some time now in terms of municipal workers in Wisconsin a number of years ago. You remember that, Marion? And they had that great big strike.
Yeah.
And all of those union workers were out, and we seeing what they're doing. The teachers, calling them public employees, and don't have the right to unionize. So we're in lockstep with you.
Always wrong.
You know,
that's
now,
been in their contract for years.
For years now,
and that's wrong.
Now, caller, I'm told that there's a new theme for the Labor Day parade this year. And the new theme is rally, organize, and I forgot the other word, and I'm saying it wrong. It's rally, respond, but they didn't write organize in the theme. And, I think they should put organize in there, because that's the backbone of the country, organized labor. So go ahead, caller, and finish out your thoughts on that.
Well, they even, how important this is to what just happened with people interviewed one of the leaders of the teachers movement in West Virginia, and he said exactly that it was an attack on organized labor and particularly teachers now in their efforts, to get good pay and as well to get things to the children. I mean, that's one of the things that all these teachers are involved. The demand to improve the situation in the classrooms for the children that were there. Really, this is it's a blow, and the teachers unions said they saw it coming, but still.
Listen, you're so right that we are, in essence, become one right now because of what's happening to all of us. So, we need to come together because we told them about if you let this happen to the public employees before that emergency manager came in, then you're going to be next on the totem pole. If you let this happen around health care to anybody else, you're going to be next.
That's right.
Well, caller, let us invite you for the next couple of Fridays, if you're available. Call us and let's get some new details about the organizing strategies. Welfare Rights March is in the Labor Day Parade. It's on the 3rd of September this year, on the Monday. We march every year. So if there are other details and other activities that are going on as we push to try to strengthen ourselves, we invite you to call any and every Friday between 7 and 8 to bring us up on anything that maybe ourselves and our viewers might need to know about, okay?
Yes, this
Well,
has
that's
to do
wonderful.
with housing and everything.
And thank you, sir. I appreciate you, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Right,
thank you
bye
very
now.
much. Caller, you've been patient. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
Good evening. How you doing?
And fine this
Fine.
evening.
Real good. You know, I heard you two young ladies speaking about the trip you took to New York for the graduation you went for.
Yes, it was an adventure. You're right.
But you know what? One thing I thought about, first of all, I want to make sure, and I always like to call in people know they must get out there and vote. Vote in the primary. Don't say I'm going to wait until the regular election. Vote in the primary to put the Democrats in office and that governor's spot. Make sure you get the right person in that spot.
Okay.
You know, every time I call, I'm trying to make sure people get out and vote. That's very important. Don't say I'm going to wait till November 7th. No. Put the person in spot. What is it? October. I'm sorry. August 7th.
In
Yeah,
November.
you,
And in August is
August
primary.
7th, is that the primary? I
Primary.
forgot the date.
Yeah.
That's the primary.
Okay.
In
And in
November.
November, that first Tuesday in November is the general election.
Right.
It's a general thing. But we must get out and vote in that primary. A lot of people want to wait until the general election. Well, I got the right person in spot.
Yeah,
You know, something else I want to say.
go ahead.
The other day, I think it was Wednesday evening, downtown in Eastern Market, where there's owner of this restaurant or food place, whatever, they were having a next to his business that they was part of his parking lot. He spit in the Afro Americans on him, the Caucasian, and spit on him. You know, it's been on the news last few days. And then the man talking about he apologized. You know, he's the owner of some company down there.
Is that the one? Is that the one that they've been showing it on TV?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't get all. I saw that today.
Security guard is Afro American. He spit on him. Now, I wonder why the man wasn't arrested. That's against the law showing up, and I hope the fellow is suing him. You know, and a couple of people were saying you were thinking this way. Here you is still spitting on people.
Caller,
You know, think about it.
I don't have all of the details on that. First time I saw or even heard about that was today. So I hope that some other folks that maybe know a little bit more about this will call in and give us some details, because that's an assault. If you spit on somebody, that's an assault.
They let him get away with that. Somebody else gonna do it again.
Yep.
And he's not, like I told somebody told me, I would have not. I said, well, you know, the fellow reacted right, because he'd probably end up in jail. You know,
He should have ended up in jail when it happened.
And I just hope this don't go under the rug and shut up and people don't pay attention to that. That's some of that Donald Trump stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
You are so right. You're so right.
And he's pushing
All
it
right,
every
well,
day.
we'll ask and see if somebody else has more details. Call us, 868-433-868-0351. Anybody that has a few more details about this man, and I saw that spit on somebody that was holding the camera. Oh, it was nasty, but that's an assault. You can't spit on people. That's so gross. That's so gross. 868-4336 and 868-0351. Marion? We got this flyer. We got this program going on, and we talked about it a little bit last week. And here's what the flyer says. Are you a low-income parent? Or are you on a fixed income? Are you disabled? Are you a veteran? Are you a senior citizen? Are you on public assistance? Or just looking for courses to help secure a job or a better job? If you fit into any of those categories, the flyer says join us for a free, and it's called the Registration Destination. Registration Destination. What this is Dr. Ivory, Curtis Ivory over at Wayne County Community College, has come to the decision with a number of us that low-income people, Marion, need an opportunity to take classes as well. And oftentimes people that don't have a lot of money, don't have a lot of resources, can't get to classes because of tuition or because of books or because child care and transportation and whatnot. Well, Dr. Ivory has decided to open up 750 seats, at least that many, to folks that are low income. And Marion, here, folks that are listening to us tonight, you can register for a class or classes, and you don't have to pay tuition. They're going to find the books for you. You know, we're not going to have this opportunity again. On Thursday, August the 2nd, that's 2 weeks from today, 2 weeks from yesterday, Thursday, August the 2nd, at 5 o'clock sharp, we will be at the downtown campus, and that's at 1001 West 4th Street, couple blocks up from the main post office on 4th Street. We will be in the atrium, the main area of the college, 5 o'clock, and we've got descriptions of what you need to do and how you need to do it, and we'll be there from 5 until 7. They're even going to bring registers there, Marion, so people can register for classes that start in September. A month later, you can sign up Thursday, August the 2nd, veterans, low-income, welfare recipients, disabled, senior citizens, those kids that you have in your houses that are not going to high school and decided that it's just too much for me. GED classes, free. Those 18, 19, and 20-year-olds, Marion, that are in your house, and they think everybody is not as smart as they are. They think everybody owes them something, and they're still in your house in the basement, or they're upstairs in their room. Bring them to the Wayne County Community College Thursday, August the 2nd. Thursday, August the 2nd. We're going to start on time at 5 o'clock. And any of the classes that are available at the college, you'll be able to register for those classes and enroll in those classes if you fit into one of those categories. Now, Marion, it might be that somebody named Rockefeller might show up, and somebody whose name is Kennedy might show up, and somebody that's name is Snyder that might show up. This is not a program for the wealthy. This is a program for low-income people who don't have a lot of resources, who always wanted to go and take these classes and take some classes but couldn't, Marion, because the barriers to education were just too many.
And it's getting harder and harder these days.
And I want to say something about this one particular class that I'm kind of interested. I'm going to see if I can get my sister.
You better not be in the class with me.
Well, listen.
Because the last time you and I was in a computer class, we had to get up and walk out.
Yeah, they kicked us out. Well, we were asking questions.
Yeah, but they didn't want those
questions. They didn't want those questions. But there's something called a surgical technician.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
And I always wanted to get involved in that surgical technician. And then I was going to get involved in those pipe fitter classes. I really wanted to be a pipe fitter. That's when I got sick and I couldn't get to the test. And it's another one. We're still talking about maybe upgrading some computer classes. But that surgical tech course is the one that shows you, if you're in an operating room, it shows you how to sterilize surgical equipment.
That
and
do the sterilization.
You know, yeah. And it's only 2 places that's taught, and one of them is Wayne County Community College. The other one was Ferris State. I'm not sure if they still do it.
We tried to get people into that class once before because they needed them. They
all over the country.
Bad. So, you know, these are some things that the type of work that you don't never hear about. But, you know, you got the ability to advance.
And you can do this. You know, caller, you're on the air. You've been so patient. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
Happy Friday.
Hard to hear you. Say it again.
Happy Friday.
And thank you.
Happy Friday to you also.
Okay, so did you say the classes are for the low income, the disabled, and you know, your lazy children that don't want to get, the grown children that won't leave the basement?
Yes, these flyers are available, and this information is available for those kids that are hiding out in your basement, and those that are hiding up on the second floor. And yeah, and you knock on the door, and you say, "Junior, what you doing in there?"
I love
Say,
y'all.
watch that now.
Well, that means the other Junior, not this Junior. Junior, what you doing in there? They say, I'm looking over the newspaper so I can find a job. So you can tell them you don't have to look no more. I got these courses set up for you, and you can get down to Wayne County Community College on 4th Street, and they will help you. They've got job placement activities after these courses are done.
Maureen, y'all don't forget Highland Park having their music fest this weekend, just in case people want to go out and support Highland Park this weekend. I think it started Thursday.
Okay.
All right. You guys stay blessed. We love y'all so much. Y'all have me rolling over here, but you're always on point, straight, no chaser. That's what I like about you.
Well, thank you very much, dear, and don't forget to go in your basement and find them kids that are down there hiding, okay? Caller, you on the air. We're down to our last 13 minutes. Go ahead.
Sorry to call back.
Not at all. Go ahead.
Chief Craig did a good job, but I still want him. These police officers take that test and go through the training at the expense of us. Make them sign some kind of contract. Isn't it legal to sign some kind of contract to stay here at least 5 years or something? Or look at them, 12 of them or something many left and going out to Warren, Michigan. I saw them in the news today. We paid for them to get trained, and then we send them somewhere else. So maybe somebody in the legal process can answer that and let Chief Craig know. If you don't ask the question, you won't get an answer.
I think we agreed that
Train them, and then they go somewhere else at our expense.
Maybe one of the things they need. Hello. Maybe one of the things should be in that contract. Should you go through this training and you should finish, you need to at least work in Detroit for 5 years.
Yeah, caller, Marion is suggesting that, and that happens to a lot of folks. The medical programs that they had down in Cuba, and Sochi went down there, and the plan was if we provide a free medical discipline for you and the training for you to become a doctor, after 4 years, if you pass your exams and whatnot, and you qualify to be an acting physician, then you have to promise to do your service, not in Cuba, but you have to come back to the United States of America. You have to do 2 years or 3 years, I've forgotten what it was now, of medical service in a poor or low-income community.
And at the same time that she's doing that, anybody that go to that program in Cuba, you can go on and while you working still and apply for your what's the name of it, verification and all that type of stuff.
Registrations.
While you're here, it's a good thing. So take advantage of all this and stop staying at home talking about I don't want to do nothing and stuff. But Chief, and I agree,
Chief Craig.
Craig, I want to get on that boat with what the young man was talking about that's on the line. That look, they should not be able to go to no other city.
Not for a while.
For 5 years. They have to pay back the city of Detroit.
I think that's fair, and I think that that's an equitable exchange. Caller, you're on the air. Thank you for waiting.
Yeah, my question is, would they have child care or help the single moms get child care so there won't be no excuses? Because we want these single moms to improve too. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're talking about to come into this college training program?
Right. But
Yes.
They need some kind of information to help them get child care, those single moms.
Yes, that's going to be made available. There will be any kind of barrier anybody has, and it's a couple of times people were calling me and saying, what about, from hard of hearing? Or some folks that called and said Victor and them have some vision problems. Any barrier to education and you're a low-income person, the college through scholarships. They've got a lot of money available, and they will provide whatever ladder you need to get up over anything that's holding you back, including child care issues. Isn't that wonderful?
I think it's marvelous, and I think at this point, I hope it ain't one of those sound publicity too, because a whole lot of us need to get up and do the do. Thank you for taking my call. I love y'all.
And love you back. Thank you so very much. Caller, you've been patient. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
Hello.
Hello.
You know what? About 4 or 5 years ago, they had a police program where if you took the training in Detroit and you left within 3 years, you had to pay for it. Have they taken that away?
Okay, say it again now.
Several years ago, I think Miss LaFleur was on the council then. The Detroit police had a program. If you took Detroit training, because we had the best, if you left within 3 years afterwards, you had to pay for that training.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't recall that, but I don't know if that program that you're describing is still available.
It don't
but
sound like it.
well, it doesn't sound like it, and people are, we saw that on TV about police officers getting trained, and they stay here for a year, and then they move to some other place because the money is better outside of Detroit,
And the
which
benefits.
is, and the benefits. So I think what we're talking about, and maybe that's the kind of information we need to share with the chief, anybody that goes through this program and they spend their first year as a probation officer, then they have to commit 3 or 4 years after that. And then, at some point you might be able to leave, but you know what? It might be that went away with residency. You remember that?
That's
Yes.
right.
Could be that when residency went away, this went away as well,
Their pension almost
Yeah,
went all
it's
the
a
way.
good thought.
That went away when the other mayor was in.
Yes.
Archer. Didn't
Yes. Yes, it's been a while.
It? No,
Mhm.
this is after Archer.
Okay. I don't know. But
Okay.
something does need to come up. Caller, you got a good memory, and you got some good thoughts there, okay?
Thank you.
And
I'm
thank
80
you so much.
years old.
Oh, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Caller, you on the air. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. We're down to our last 11 minutes. Go.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the
Hello.
Lord. Praise the Lord.
Hello.
She is correct. Sharon McPhail implemented that. She also wanted free college education for a lot of people took that up too. And it went to another area in Michigan. Sharon McPhail she was a real fighter, and we forgot about that. Also, the military, when they train their doctors, they have to serve free for 5 years
yeah.
in a United States hospital, and that's a fact as of today.
Okay.
Then
Thank you for taking my call.
thank you
All
for
right.
calling.
Thank you very
and
much,
we
dear.
hope everybody that's listening in that it just take if you don't have a computer, write a letter, because the post office is still working, and send that letter into the chief of police that these are comments from the community, and let them know that you want that type of stuff implemented.
That can happen. That's not a problem. Ms. McPhail created a couple of programs around education, and one was I want to call it the Promise, but that may not be the right name. But we have one of those concepts that are still available today, Marion, and any student, I don't understand why I don't take advantage of this, but any student in Detroit, I don't think it's any other city, just Detroit, not in Highland Park, but any student that graduates from a Detroit high school, public, charter, private, any of them, is eligible for 2 years of education free of charge, no registration, and no tuition. At one of, you have to be a Detroiter.
Yeah, but you have,
You have to sit up here.
The problem is with people in the surrounding area who have been having their kids in the city of Detroit for the last 4 years prior to graduation. When they graduate, you know, that's one of the struggle right now is that why can't they participate in that program?
Listen, any student
No, it's not.
who
We've challenged them.
graduates from
They have a
is
problem with that.
eligible for 2 years of education free of charge at one of the 5 community colleges.
Oh, the community
Yeah,
college.
Wayne County Community College, Oakland Community College, Macomb, Henry Ford, and I forgot the other one. But 5 of them, and that's factual information. Cause we send a bunch of kids, and all you have to do is graduate, and you can graduate with a minus 2.1. You know, as long as you graduate, you can apply. Now we don't, you know, at my school, Detroit Community Schools, Marion, we have. I think this is the first time this last graduating class that graduated the early part of June was our first graduating class where 100% of every student that graduated was already accepted to a college.
That's wonderful.
Every
'Cause
one
I
of
remember
them.
the first time you went over there.
Oh, Lord.
They didn't
was rough.
have no children graduating.
It was crazy, you know. So, yeah, but 5 community colleges, you have to apply early, meaning that when you first start your senior year, we've got counselors that bring you in the office, and let's start filling out these applications now. Caller, you've been patient. You're on the air. Thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights.
Yeah, if they had to be a president to get that program.
Say it again.
I was told you have to be a Detroit resident to live.
If your voice is going in and out. If you're saying you have to be a Detroit resident, not for that 5 community college enrollment. You have to graduate from a Detroit school.
But you can live anywhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
So if you live in Highland Park and you go to a Detroit school, you're eligible.
That sounds like you can live anywhere to me. Yes.
But you have to graduate from
Okay. You have to graduate from a Detroit school. Okay. All righty. All right. So, Marion, along with that flyer, and I'm going to leave that flyer down here, there's a letter. I sent it out to Tyrone Chapman today over at the Veterans Foundation. Okay. Sometimes well, it said, Dear Tyrone, the one that I sent him. And I send this over to Norm Thomas. I'm going to send one over to Kathy DeSantis. I'm gonna jump on everybody and anybody. I sent one to Helen already. Sometimes opportunities surface that cannot be ignored. I ain't got my glasses on, so I gotta hold it up. Just such a moment has come, so I wanted to reach out and share the good news with you directly. How long have we been concerned about the cost associated with education that keeps so many of us on the outside? How long have we wished that the educational door to a better life would open for those with limited resources so they too might enter? You can stop worrying, colleagues, because that door just opened wide. You and yours are invited to an event at Wayne County Community College District downtown campus that is designed to improve lives. The registration destination event scheduled for Thursday, August the 2nd from 5 until 7 p.m. at the downtown campus. We'll provide information about jobs available today and tomorrow, about what courses are needed to qualify for those jobs, and how to apply for part-time work while you are going to school. You remember Mr. Farquhar and them over there at Marygrove were experts in trying to get people to work on the college campus, what they call that work-study while they were taking classes.
Yeah.
Used to bring you sandwiches at night. You can enroll and not worry about how to pay for classes or books or transportation to and from college. solutions to other challenges you may face while getting the education you need to make your life better are being worked out. No more excuses. You want to be a surgical tech or a computer programmer? We should go into some of them computer classes so we can
going
learn
to
some
this
stuff.
computer class, but they're going to have to put you in one class and me in another
Well,
class. 'cause
I'm going to be in the advanced class.
Please, go on.
All right. Or training in yet another field of study. All you need is to take that first step. I didn't think of that. I wonder if they're going to have music classes, you know, to be able to learn how to play the piano or
That
play a
would be good.
guitar. I don't know, you know,
I
boy,
don't know
that'd
if they
be
have
wonderful.
music down there.
I don't know. That would be wonderful. WC3. And this is the one at 1001, 4 numbers, 1001 West 4th Street, the main campus, has found a way for us all to walk right in. WC3 is an open door to higher education opportunities. It is truly a place where learning leads to a better life. Classes begin this fall. So I expect you and your constituents, and I sent one of these over to Nate Thomas and to Floria, you know, senior citizens. They can come in there and learn something new and different. I expect you and your constituents to join me. So please share this information with others whom you think would want to hear more about this opportunity. Now, refreshments are being served. Isn't that something? He bringing out the food basket. Refreshments are going to be served, so people need to register as quickly as possible. And here are the 2 numbers you should be calling to register. Area code 313-496. I'm going to give you one of these. 496-2510. That's directly at the college. 496-2510. Or you can call Welfare Rights and register. 313-964-0618. 313-964-0618. And this is a program that we're organizing and launching, and Michigan Welfare Rights and WC3 are the sponsors. And today, Marion, I got a call from Rory Gamble's office. They want to talk Monday because they're interested in signing on as a sponsor for this program.
That's good.
That's just fabulous, isn't it? Caller, we're down to our last 3 minutes. Go.
Okay. Have y'all found out how East Side doing?
How's the what doing?
Miss Eastside.
Miss East Side, how is she
Yeah,
doing?
Miss Eastside is lost to us.
Okay.
She is ill and continues to struggle with her condition, but I don't think she's going to be able to return to her full self. She is quite ill, so we should keep her in our prayers. We
And I'll
should
be
keep...
calling I'll be calling in your office next week to find out if you
what?
know a furnace, a good person that can put a furnace in.
Okay, and let me say one more announcement. I've got a washer and dryer, a brand new one, and it's being given away. There's a washer and a dryer that's being given away. You will, well, you know, you wash your clothes in people's houses in the neighborhood. I already heard about you.
No, he's still using bricks.
See, bricks. Mary said you using bricks.
Down at the riverfront.
Your number is 964-0648.
No, 964-0618. 964-0618.
All right, thank you.
All right, to the WHPR audience and listeners, we have a washer and a dryer. Now, you will have to go and get it. But if you are interested in a free washer and dryer, it's brand new. The folks that have it ended up getting something else, and they don't want this, and I don't think they don't want any money for it. You'll have to call us at Welfare Rights. Call tonight. Call this weekend. Leave your name and number if nobody answers the phone, and leave your name and number so we can hear you. And we need your name and we need your phone number, and you have to say, I'm calling about the free washer and dryer. I want it. Call down the Welfare Rights.
But you would have to also get someone to arrange to get picked up there.
Yeah, you have to pick it up because we can't deliver it to you. All right, the number in welfare rights is 313-964-0618. Marion, you have 30 seconds to say goodnight.
Good night, and hope that we'll see you during the week also.
I want to say the same thing, and I want to say you folks that are shooting up the place every morning on the east side, we need to stop that. What are you saying?
We're going
hurry
to
up.
say good night. This weekend, we're going to say goodbye to Mr. Philpott. That's Lynn, who had grew up in Highland Park, her famous husband that passed away, and all of us love him. And we want Lynn and the family to understand that we're all out here for you.
All right, Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We will be here next Friday. You want that wash and dry? Call welfare rights. Goodbye.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Claudrine Jackson. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the WHPR